Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Africa Diaspora Unity. This is part two. I got interrupted with some network issues, so I just figured that I should wrap up my wrap up what I started speaking about just by highlighting one or two points which I felt were very important to those who are considering returning back to the diaspora. And without further ado, I highlighted that there were several reasons as to why um, people are kind of like hesitant to get back to Africa. And a lot of people will give you reasons and say, well, the economies are bad and there's corruption and there's a lot of things going on. And okay, that might be true. We find that in every continent. I don't believe that some countries are totally immune of some of those things. In fact, if you really do your research, you'll find out that most super nations have much worse catastrophes than that would make you think twice going to settle there. But you find people are settling there. They're actually settling there, but they're living in fear. I mean, an average person of color living overseas or in the USA or in Europe is living in fear, even living in fear for himself, living in fear for his children, even though those countries have the best security measures and everything, they are still living in fear. And that's my question. And this is why the Africa Diaspora Unity stands for uniting all Africans all over. And I'm going to have workshops and I'm going to travel the globe because I'm an airline pilot. I travel all over. But on this front, it's going to be different because I'm going to gather and I'm going to educate and I'm going to teach why you must return back to Africa. And when I mean return back to, I don't mean just to come back to Africa and set up a home and that's it. No, there is a divine purpose why you need to return back to Africa. And I touched on a few of these. One of these was lost identity. A lot of people living overseas do not know what to identify themselves as. Somebody from Germany knows how to identify himself. Somebody from Switzerland, from India, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia. Oh, what about an African living in the USA? They will say, no, I'm an African American, but they've never been to Africa. They don't know anything about Africa. They only know negative, most of them only hear negative connotations about Africa, to be honest. And they actually look down and do not want to be associated with a land and a continent that literally birthed them into existence through their forefathers that was sent to go and work on the plantations, that was sent as slaves to build the country that they're living in. And then you want to cut yourself off from where you originate from, and you honestly think things are going to move well for you. Let me tell you the honest truth, they won't. Malcolm X came to Africa. Honorable Louis Farrakhan came to Africa. All the famous Black revolutionary leaders, even Muhammad Ali came to Africa. You know why they came to Africa? Because when they came here to Africa, they came to touch roots to where humanity began. They came to see where they were birthed from their ancestors, and they had a sense of purpose stronger than what they have from looking at role models, and a lot of those role models just end up becoming psycho and kill themselves overseas and things like that. But you find that they had the true role models, the true African king, queen, your generational ancestors were from here in Africa. And that's why I can say that it's important for you to align yourself spiritually. And to those who are not spiritual, well, it's important for you to come and touch base and get to know where you originally come from and see what you're missing out here. You know, if I had to tell you that Africa has got one of the best beaches in the world, Africa has got one of the best landscapes um, and some of the best areas of beauty, whether it's landscapes, ocean areas. If I had to tell you that, and a lot of you will be saying, no, well, that's just hearsay. But I'm telling you, it's true because I have traveled extensively in my career, and I can attest to what I'm telling you. So I'm not just talking things that I don't you see. I don't want to have a discussion based on somebody who hasn't been here. I don't want to have a discussion on and a conversation based on just written facts or YouTube or TV or whatever, or internet. No, but on the real life experiences. And I'm telling you, psychologically, that's the first thing that's going to happen to you. Your sense of purpose will be aligned. And when your sense of purpose is aligned, meaning that you begin to know where you come from. Our people, fellow black brothers and sisters, are killing each other all over the world. Even here in Africa, yes, it has happened, but let's look at the reasons why it happened. It also happened because they did not know who they were. The colonizers came, caused confusion, and allowed them to fight amongst each other. And in the process, what happened? They ended up losing some of the land that they lived in. They were pushed out, and they became, slaves to the slave master. This is the same thing even in the other continents of Europe and the USA's. That's what's going on right now. You have black people, being made to feel that one gang is better than the other, one race is better than the other race, and it becomes war and they start killing each other. A process of elimination to eliminate each other and allow the slave master to continue to prosper and build and leave an inheritance for his children's children. And this is what's happening if you really look at it. And that's why I'm saying you need to come back here. You need to come back to a land where people will love you, where people will respect you. And that's the second point, form of appreciation. A lot of international stars, movie stars, if you ask them, they are not appreciated, but they live. They are in Hollywood, they go for the Grammys, they sit maybe 5 amongst 1,000 or 2,000 people or 5,000 people of their color, but they still feel unappreciated. And I think I mentioned to you this, one of the biggest ladies who owns a powerful platform, who went overseas to buy an accessory, and she was not even, they didn't even know who she was. Why? Because I told you, you are not appreciated. But in Africa, you will be appreciated. Why? Because your fellow black brothers and sisters love you. Your fellow black brothers and sisters want to meet you, want to know you, want to see the success that you've become, and want to celebrate it. And so that's why I'm saying, if you've made it in, like people like I don't know whether to mention the exact names, but famous comedians, and they're here in Africa making a big impact. And he came back together with his wife. He started his shows, and he found that he's being more appreciated more here than he was where he so-called lives. And one thing I can tell you is that his perspective of Africa changed the moment he came here. And it's the same thing for you. You've been lied to for too long. You've been lied to that, if you go that side, this bad thing is going to happen. Let me tell you something. The colonizers never thought like you. They just came here. They were, in fact, they saw the diamonds that you didn't see. They saw the minerals that you didn't see. And they came here and they took those things by force. And they took them back to where you are living right now. And to this day, our minerals are developing where you are. All the steel, all the gold, all the diamonds, all the oil, it's coming from here, developing your nations. So think about it, and think about it hard enough, and stop contemplating, looking for excuses. A man of vision, a king, a queen doesn't beg. We don't beg from people. We are born to reign, we're born to conquer, and we will continue doing that. And what I want is either you are going to join this movement and respect the movement, because as the leader of this movement, I can tell you, you are born to reign. You are not born to subdue and beg and give excuses and say, well, I'm not too sure. No, with as much respect as I have for you, stand up for what is right for once in your life. Stand up and be bold, because you are only going to possess what you want when you take it. When you take it, knowing very well that it belongs to you. You were born to succeed. You were born to rule. You were never born to be marginalized. You were never born to stay in one situation and not understand what's going on. The reason is because, yes, you are in a land that's not yours. You need to come back. And that's my call. My call is for you to make up your mind. Come back and settle here. I have a lot of Black brothers and sisters who are also on YouTube, and they're doing kind of the same job as I'm doing, but something different. But they're bringing a lot of Black Americans to come and settle here in Africa, and they're settling. They're coming back, they're getting jobs, they're opening businesses, they're entrepreneurs. Like I said, there's a lot of opportunities, whether it's during the COVID pandemic, all the nutrients and health produce and natural fruits and vegetables and vitamins and all the things, immune boosting foods are found here in Africa, natural ones. And entrepreneurs took advantage of those opportunities and they made serious money. You're missing out on a lot of opportunities. I don't want to lie to you, on a lot. You're missing out at a peaceful life. Here, people don't walk around with guns and shoot each other and things like that. No, we don't have that here. Wars are everywhere in the world, but we don't have that. Nature of people is not what we were raised to be from the very beginning. We are respectful people. We are loyal people. We are people who have been too loyal, even to our colonizers. We do not take revenge. And so, why would you want to live in a country where you don't feel safe? Why would you want to live in a country where your children are at risk? Why would you want to live in a country where even your own children have a right to turn their back on you? Why? Because the laws that are there allow them to have that freedom and do what they want to do. And I'm not saying that a child is not supposed to be free, but what I'm saying is that a parent is supposed to be able to raise their children in the right way, without interference. And as long as it's not abusive, yes, but they should be able to raise and have their children raised up in the right way so that their children stand out tomorrow in society and not become murderers and drive-by shooters and things like that, because also they have lost identity. And that's why I'm saying you need to come back to Africa. You need to come make that decision. I know that a lot of people are going to be criticizing and saying, well, this is wrong and this is what's happening. Look, when you're trying to do something, like I told you, the colonizers didn't think like you. They had a vision. They didn't spend their time thinking about corruption or whatever. They came here and they took what they took and they built what they built. They came here on a mission. And that's why I'm saying you also have to have a mission. You need to have a mission to say that, you know what, I've worked 60, 70 years of my life. So you mean to tell me that let's say you, God willing, you've got another 20, 30 years to live. You're going to continue living it in a place that you're unsure of? No. You've got to make that decision now. Come and make Africa great. This continent is waiting for you. This country, this continent is waiting for you to come and make a contribution, and a positive one. And what does it guarantee you? It guarantees you that you're going to have a peace of mind here. You're going to live in a peaceful environment. You're going to live in a place where you're eating healthy food. You're going to live in a society that loves and embraces you and appreciates you. You're going to live in a place that has morals. We don't stand for our kids saying curse words and things like that. No, like what they call westernization. You find that these same nations are portraying and allowing other countries to follow suit. Well, the time has come that that has to come to an end, because I'm able to communicate to you whether you're thousands of miles away through my room right now, unlike before. And now it has more power. We have more power to unify ourselves. Hence why I call this the African diaspora unity. We need to unite and stop dividing each other. We need, as Black brothers and sisters, I need you to come on board and agree with me and support the vision. And I'm not talking about supporting the vision financially. I'm talking about sharing this video, share it to as many of your Black brothers and sisters out there. Let them come and ask questions, and I'll answer those questions. I'm so glad. I want to help you. I want to establish you here. I want to connect you here. There's a purpose and a reason why I'm speaking to you right now. There's a place and a purpose why you are listening to me right now. Don't let that pass you. Opportunities don't come to people every day. And maybe it might be God speaking to you directly, telling you that, you know what, you need to think very hard about the future. And that's one thing we need to do. Plan for your future. Think for your future. Think for your children's children. Don't just think of yourself. And this is what I'm starting. And this is a movement. I'm not going to have a lot of people wanting to say, I'm not looking for positive. I mean, for just only positive things being said to me. I know a lot of negative things will be said. But I'm okay with that, because I have the vision and I'm moving with the vision. And I'm going to continue to gather more and more of you Black brothers who are educated, who are thinking, okay, I've got this education. What am I going to do with it? Well, the world is changing right now. The world needs entrepreneurs. The world needs thinkers. You know, the world needs people who are going to contribute to the society, to the problems we have, to the pandemics we have. We need people to bring about those solutions. The natural ingredients are here. The natural resources, in fact, even the trials were being done here in Africa. Think about it. Like, there's a lot of opportunities you are missing out on. And I want you to get involved in those opportunities. I want you to take charge of those opportunities and not sit back and watch other people, overtake you while you are just struggling and thinking, why are things not moving? No. Doing the same thing and not getting the same results, you have to do something different in order to get new results. You can't expect to do the same thing and then get different results. No, it doesn't work that way. And so I thank you for watching. I know I've been a bit upfront in this video, but I have to, because I know I'm a leader and I'm leading boldly. I'm standing as one of the youth that are standing out, speaking boldly against, the oppressor, speaking boldly against what you've been lied to, speaking positive into my fellow Black brothers and sisters who are watching this platform, to know that, look, you are kings, you are queens, you are princesses. Treat each other like that. Speak like that. You are born to reign. You are born to rule. You are born to conquer. You are never born to beg. You are never born to fight with each other. You are never born to treat each other in any other way degrading and not respectful. But you were born to reign and conquer. You were born to succeed. And no one in this world can stop that. Your divine roadmap will determine the kind of person you become when you become serious, when you align yourself, when you come back here to the motherland, when you come back here. And I would love to meet you when you come here. I would love to meet you even if you had to come on holiday, and make you feel the peace that's here, and make you see the difference in cultures, in the way people will greet you, in the way people will accept you. Don't listen to the lies. A lot of people have spoken lies to say, oh, well, they hate us. They will hate us since we haven't been here. If only you knew, we have more people watching Black American channels and TV stations and imitating from here in Africa than any other place in the world. The people in Africa literally, and I'm not only just speaking to Black Americans, I'm speaking to people of color worldwide, you come from a powerful heritage that's here in Africa. And it's time you come back. Whether I'm just a voice that's channeling this, but I can assure you it's going to happen, and it's happening. Whether I spoke it or not, I'm just one of the people that has been called to speak about this with boldness, without fear of anyone. And I believe that this movement will gain a momentum like never before. I believe that when Black brothers and sisters put their heads together, that even in prayer, even in believing, even in your Christianity, in your faith, no matter what faith, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, it doesn't matter. The moment we put our energies together, things begin to happen. And I mean great things, because you are born to conquer. You are a king, you are a queen, you are from a royal priesthood. It is even in the scriptures. You are a royal priesthood, a peculiar people. Oh, if only you knew. If only you knew that you are a peculiar people. Don't let negative things play with your mind. Don't let failures determine your success. Because right now, my words have power. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, something is happening to you. Yeah, I'm not hypnotizing you, because I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking the African oracles and the African truth that will continue. You are a king. You are a queen. You are from a royal priesthood. And that kingdom, that royal priesthood is calling you back here to come and align yourself, to come and establish yourself. You've been lied to for too long. You've been lied to for too long. You've been trapped for too long. And maybe it's not your fault, but the time has come. Yeah, Martin Luther said that he will get his people to the promised land.